Hey, look at that. Welcome
Oh,
to
live.
episode 113. We Alive, Ripping the Rack podcast. I am your host, no nickname Tim.
No,
Uh,
you're not. I'm not accepting that. You're
you're not,
changing. You're changing it next week. If you don't change it, I won't. Or whatever. In 2 weeks, I won't be on the show.
I'll have a new nickname. I had a different one last week.
Yeah, it's not the same, Tim. Don't
I
be
know
so
it's going to be different.
ridiculous.
It's going to be
No,
different every
no.
week.
I'm tired of your shit.
Well,
I'm
join
gonna
my
ignore. I'm gonna ignore you for a minute.
join my wife.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I know. I will, and if I will next month when I come down, I'll just.
uh,
You could sleep on the couch.
with me today is the secondary king of the North. I believe they
Ah,
call him. I believe
ah.
he's the
Easy.
Prince of the North.
Easy.
Um,
The only king of the north, as you see right there. Look, right there. The
we
only
we have
king
Calvin.
of the north. The
That's north.
only.
That's north the of king only the is what you just did.
The only king of the
I'm just
north.
saying. Uh,
The
Brian
only king
Brian is not
of the
here
north.
yet. Not sure where Mr. Athearn is. But the Coastal Crusader will join us when he can. So we wanted to just get going because frankly it's getting late. It's past my bedtime. I'm old.
Yes,
So
you
all
are.
right. So how are you, Calvin? What's new?
Man, I am good. It's snowing for 4 days, I think. Here, we're getting the end of your guys' snow, I think.
Yeah, we got about a foot is what we ended up on Saturday.
Yeah, I noticed you were out shoveling. I figured you would be cooped up for at least a month. You wouldn't be able
Well,
to.
I want it to be, but somehow I don't have kids that live at the house anymore, so who's going to do the shoveling?
Right? Don't you? Why wouldn't it be this time in your life to pay someone to do it for you?
I pay someone to plow the driveway. That's about as much as I'm willing to pay right now. We'll
Well,
see.
then what are
Maybe
you
next.
shoveling?
Huh?
What are you shoveling then?
I have to shovel out around the cars because you know where we park. So my
Oh
driveway.
yeah.
So it's a rather long driveway. So he plows all of it, and then I shovel out around the cars, shovel over by the shed, and I got to shovel the deck off.
Oh, so you don't just get up and move your cars and let them do the whole thing.
No.
And this is why you can't run for president. You
No, I can't run. I can't run for president.
no,
I can't.
no.
I can't. I was gonna run. I was gonna announce my candidacy, but I think I
Yeah.
might wait just another little bit.
Few years.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
eating mini eggs? What are you?
I'm eating Skittles
Nice.
with the candy,
I
and
should get my runts. It'd be a nice show.
today is brought to you by Body Armor
And boobies.
and Boobies.
Powerade.
Body
Powerade.
Armor in Boobies.
And
You
Powerade.
can thank my wife for the booby koozie. She loves me.
I
She bought it.
love the booby koozie. I honestly wish she'd get me one.
I will let her know that you would like a booby koozie.
She might when I come down in a month. She might.
I will
Yeah.
let her know that you would like one.
She'll give me some kind of booby koozie.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say that's a hard pass.
Oh, that's funny. That's
It's
funny
funny.
shit right there.
It's kind of like you're bowling. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Tim's got jokes.
There's no jokes there.
My bowling is
We're doing our top 3 power ranking tonight.
My bowling is pretty funny. I
Top
got
3.
nothing there.
You know what? Let's just go. Let's go right into the top 3 power ranking.
All right.
I'm going Tim Matero,
Okay,
Calvin,
no. Okay,
and then
no.
Brian Athearn in that
Okay,
order.
No.
No? Isn't it the
Calvin,
top 3?
then Tim,
Ah,
then Brian.
dude, I've seen you bowl.
Yeah, and I've seen you bowl.
I've got a bad back.
Yeah,
Need surgery.
right.
I can still beat you.
Anytime.
Well, you're
Anytime.
not here.
10 strings.
I can't make 10 strings.
Well, I can't beat you in one. You're luckier than I am.
Right.
But longevity, I can outlast you.
Well, that's because you're what? How old are you? 30?
Yeah, close.
How old are you?
Close to 30.
29, 31, 35?
Yeah, close.
You look 48. So which
Thank
one is
you.
it?
I know it's because I'm growing the nice salt and pepper. It's pretty sexy, I gotta say.
Paul wants a
You
money
know,
match.
Paul always wants a money match because he wants to come down and record it. Paul likes to talk.
You know what? I will take part in a money match as long as I don't have to bowl.
Okay. That's not how it works, though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they just go up there and go, you know what?
I feel
I
like Tim would
felt
have
the
thrown a
10.
138
I
here.
felt the 10 there. I felt a good 10.
I feel like Tim would have thrown a 138 here. So that's what we're going to give him for this string.
I know this world is getting built on feelings, but I don't think that's how it works. We can't just feel like we're going to bowl 130. We have to actually bowl 130.
I did once.
Me too. I had a great night last week. I went 115, I went 105, and then I went 155.
And Nico says I should call a match between Calvin and Brian.
Brian Tim.
Oh, Brian.
Calvin and Brian Tim.
Calvin and
I
Brian.
gotta take them both on. Oh my god! Listen, a cripple is good enough, but a big guy too.
A big guy and a cripple.
A big guy and a cripple. Holy jeepers! This is gonna be tough.
And we get to go best box versus you.
What?
Wait, you said you're good enough.
So you guys will have like a 97, and I'll have like a 104. I got this. You guys best box?
And that's not wrong. I mean, 115 is pretty high for Calvin. So,
Ian. So that's actually a funny story. So we bowled together at Nationals, and we had a team, myself, Ian, and Freddie, for our the youth bowling, and I think I was the low man at like 615 or something like that, and Ian went 115, 115, 115, 115, 172. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I've never seen a guy 115, 115, 115, 115, 172. It was honestly, it was so much fun because I mean we were crushing everybody. I think we were up almost 300 pins or something by the end of it. But we were just having so much fun that he was 115, 115.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it was a really good day. It was a lot of fun.
You didn't have to get out your AK.
No, didn't have to.
Day.
It was a good day.
And Nico was right. See, I was right, Calvin. It was.
What?
Tim I had it right. Brian and Calvin bowl, and Tim calls the action. I mean, it's pretty simple. Calvin with a 9-pin drop. Okay, that has no chance of going. And Brian.
Oh, yes. No. I'm very good at 9-pin drops. I'm not good at anything else. I can hit all those 1-pins. Those are easy. That's 1 pin to hit. But when I have to hit 3 or 4 every time, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, that does make it that can be a little tough.
Yeah.
But that is actually quite impressive to go 115, 115, 115, 115, 172. I mean,
right. I know. It was great. Save the best for last.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So the theme of our team this past Wednesday night at bowling was 7-2-1. So I started out the first box. I went 7, cut the shot over, but it didn't go. So 2-1. The next box I went 8 spare, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coastal Crusader.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, I made it.
You made
it.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to the live broadcast.
Oh, we're already on?
Oh, dude, I love your hat.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Too. I do love the hat.
I just got it today. Big fan.
That's cool.
I love that hat. So we were
So we're-
talking about.
I wish that Phoenix would go away and we could have the whale back.
Oh no,
Mm.
I know, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Do you want the Coyotes or the Whalers?
Well, I mean, I get it, but
I want.
I know the
Whalers-
Whalers are another team that are going to beat the Leafs because they're in the same conference.
absolutely.
Hey, you know what? With all the stuff the Leafs did on the trading, which they did a
They did a
tremendous
great
amount of-
job. They did a
great
phenomenal
job.
job.
They are now going to make it out of the first round. They will lose in the second round, but they will make it out of the first.
No, they can't lose to Boston. That doesn't make any sense.
Dude, have you ever watched them
Well,
play Boston?
they'll lose to Boston because they won't have any players left because they will
Yeah, I
all
know.
get killed.
O'Reilly. No, they'll be. O'Reilly could be done for the year. Broke his hand off a shot from Matthews,
Mm.
so he could be done for the year. And Tavares got hurt by a hit last night. So, yeah, it's looking great so far. Ooh, Atlanta.
Nice cozy tip.
Brought to you
Yeah.
by the Booby Koozie today.
Booby koozie.
Booby koozie.
So Brian,
was
we've given our top three, our power ranking.
Oh, okay.
So I went me, Calvin, and then you. Calvin went Calvin, me, and then you. So if you want to give yours, feel free.
Calvin, you, and then me.
Ha! Suck it.
All right, let's mute Brian for the rest
Suck
of the show.
it. Suck it.
I mean, one of you is healthy and one of you needs to have back surgery.
King of the North.
That is true.
King of the North. King
So-
of the North.
Let's get the bad news out of the way first. We'll get the bad news out of the way.
I've got some bad news.
Bad news is come the end of league for me, I will be done.
No, you won't.
No, I
he
will
will.
be. I will need to have surgery at some point on my back. I can't physically do what I want to do. Now, I'm not using the retirement word because I may pull a Brett Favre.
And
You know,
You're gonna
Brady.
send nudie pictures to people?
well, yeah, I'll send that to Angie. No, I don't really have a choice in the matter, unfortunately. The body
cool.
allows the body to do what it can do and what it can't do. And I've said that when my body gets to a point where I can't compete at the level that I'm accustomed to or that I feel I can compete at, then I'll be done. So more than likely the tournament in April, the 560, if I can make it through it, that'll be my last tournament. I think I have like one more league after that. And then we'll see. It may be a year, maybe 2 years, or it may be hashtag retirement goals. You know, who knows?
Hashtag retirement.
But I struggled. I struggled with that decision. You know, I have given up my Can-Am spot. I have dropped out of the mixed worlds. And I let Nate and the team know that I will not be back on Price's Wood flooring come November. So barring a minor miracle, I will be trying to play some golf, even though that's really bad on the back.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that, Tim.
No,
No,
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I mean, I bought new golf shoes, and then all of a sudden, I got the news today. So I kind of like to use them. I spent money on them, so I'm good. Literally good with it. Like I've struggled with that decision for a few months. As Brian and I has had plenty of conversations over the last few weeks about it. We just, I made the decision that it's time. That's all.
That's good, buddy.
Mhm.
Well, you always gotta get yourself healthy.
Yep.
Maybe you'll come
And-
back better than ever.
Well, that's it. You know, and as I told the wife, I said, you realize what this does is that means that I will be home more.
She actually even has to weigh on you hand and foot. Like she actually
Yeah,
has
the
to
house
be
is
there
gonna be a
for
lot
you.
dirtier now.
Yeah, that's tough.
I did tell her. I said, "You realize, honey, that when I do have the surgery, that you're gonna have to wipe my ass." And she looked and she goes, "I'm putting you in a home."
We're gonna start.
She'll take you to
GoFundMe.
Quarry Hill.
She is.
She'll put you in a room, an
Yeah.
open room, leave you
We're
there.
gonna start a GoFundMe for Angie.
Yeah.
Don't have to put up with Tim. We're gonna have to start it on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
GoFundMe for Angie, having to put up with Tim.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she can hire a full-time nurse.
So I mean, and ultimately, look, the fact remains is that I may be able to come back sooner than what I think. I may be able to actually bowl, but I'll at least make the decision easier. So, yeah, that's the maybe it's good news to people who I don't know. But I'm not getting rid of the podcast. I did decide that I still want to be. What do you mean? How am I going to do it?
You'll be late up.
I'll do one of these things. I'll take the laptop when I'm laying. Oh, I can't do it because I'm all plugged in and wired in.
How are you gonna do? Like, look at roofs. You're gonna be like sitting in your van in the drone, like you look like Stephen Hawking. Can you get on my roof? No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, ultimately, we'll see what happens with work. Maybe I'll win the Powerball and I won't have to worry about it.
It's always a good thing too.
Who knows? So let's move on.
Hunter wants to know if Angie can get you a reservation at Shady Pines. Thank you for being a friend.
Anywho, let's do top three. Let's get that right out of the way. Power ranking. Top
let's
three.
Go. Let's do it.
Top three. Who you got? What you got? Who you got?
Jimbo Aote.
This, by the way, folks, Brian, please do your disclaimer. Let's do that out of the way right now.
Yeah.
The views and expressions of Ripping the Rack podcast are those of Tim, Brian, and Calvin, and only those of Tim, Brian, and Calvin. If for any reasons you differ in our opinions, that is fine. You are allowed to do that. Doesn't make you right, doesn't make us wrong. It just means that you have a differing opinion. Thank you very much for listening, and continue to listen every week. Thank you.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Suck.
I will give my top 3 right now, even though this is in no order, so I don't want egos to get hurt.
Okay.
So my 3 are Justin Waters, Jimbo Aote.
It's okay. You can say it. It's okay.
Josh Daly. Josh Daly to the counter. Josh Daly to the counter. Yes, I will go right now with
the triple
Daly.
J's.
Only because, well, I don't really know, because I was searching for a third, and it seemed like the good third wheel. So there's mine. Calvin?
It's the same as yours.
That's cheap.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna look for any others when they're the top 3 that I can see. Justin Waters is killing it on the singles tour. I think he's the top guy by 20 or 30 points. He won Worlds. He bowled awesome at that. Like, that's one. And Jimbo just won the doubles. I mean, he carried some fat load on his shoulder, but he won the single or the doubles, and he's been bowling well on the Thursday nights, or on the Friday nights. So yeah, he's my second. And then, I mean, Josh again won the doubles, and he's been posting his scores, and he's throwing 630s and 640s on that league that he carries Maddie in, and so I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm actually in the same boat. I have the same 3 as well. Waters, because that man's just been on an absolute tear for about the last year. Even before the Worlds, he was bowling great. He bowled good last year in the ASCT or the ACST, and he bowled well in the Worlds. And we have Daly, who, by the way, is throwing 630s and 640s, if you notice, with a 98 or 102 string in there most of the time. So he's bowling good with one bad string in there most of the time. I know how that is. That's kind of how I bowl, except it's 2 or 3 bad strings. But it's been one lately. It's been better. But no, I have the same 3. and for the same reasons.
And Nico, I agree. They are no fun at all. They simply ride on my coattails because that's how they are. They are coattail riders.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about this right now.
It's not that you and I talked about this before and I gave you your 3. So
you didn't give me your 3, my 3. You gave me the 3rd.
No,
I came on live, so I didn't talk to
second,
anybody.
Sir. I gave you the first and the second.
Oh, Hunter,
sir.
glad you made it, buddy.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, you must be part of the Dudes and Belts.
He is
part of that
part
show.
Of the
He
Dudes
was.
and Belts.
Nice.
Sweet.
He's actually not from Candlepin country.
No, West Virginia.
Yes, I believe so.
Wow.
Mountain Mama.
Okay. Mountain Mama. That's right. Take me home.
True.
Country roads. So let's see. 3 women ranked. Okay, can you do the same with? Oh God, I thought Nico. I'm gonna say what I thought that said at first. I thought it said, "Can you do the same 3 women?" And I was like, my wife might kill me.
Might?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a might. I think it's absolutely
look who made
will.
it. Josh
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah. Here he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Dumpy's here.
We said it too many times. It's like
It's Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Dude, I'd love to go to West Virginia. I'm not gonna lie.
Hunter.
Hell yeah.
Hello. What the heck is that?
Well, he doesn't like you like everyone else.
Both have open invitations. What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah.
Well, you got to get over the border. And
You're
you
like
go
the Eric.
through
You're like the Eric Bischoff
customs
of this show. You know.
I'm back and I'm better than ever. Okay.
I don't know Bischoff. Maybe Vicky Guerrero acquired.
Oh no, he's definitely Vicky Guerrero.
Excuse me.
Anyway, so
God,
3
she's coming
women.
back too. She's coming back to
3
WWE. It's gonna be.
I
bad.
know she is. Yep.
Oh,
Contract's
God.
up.
Can we do the same with 3 women ranked the best women out there right now?
Brooke,
I would-
Amanda, Jill.
I would go.
I might go.
And this is mine is no particular order. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I gotta go. Honestly, I gotta go Amanda, Maddie, and then Jill, only because Maddie is averaging 119 in that once a month Sunday league, and no one's averaging 120 in that league. If you look at the averages, not one person is averaging 120 in the Exeter once a month league.
Come say hi. Come say hi. Come here.
Tim, did you see the averages?
Yeah, I did.
League? Yeah, not one.
I did. I
person is averaging 120.
I just want to call out our friend Jeremy Seaholm from the other show.
We don't.
The Approach?
The other show.
The Approach. Yep.
Whoa!
Look,
whoa.
I like they.
Oh
do
no!
Guys,
Listen to the Approach.
guys.
They're on a whole bunch of platforms. You listen to them too. They have great interviews.
I would highly recommend listening to them. Matter of fact, here's a cat butt for listening to them.
Oh, I don't want to see the cat's balloon knot.
guys.
No, I would say, I just want to call out how well Jeremy's bowling in that league, and I hope he's not injured, and that's why he's not bowling well, because that would I'd feel like shit at that one. But I just got to give him credit. Jeremy's a great guy. I love Jeremy, and he's a good bowler. But a 106 average in that after leading the league and high average last year.
He got his.
He's almost got your average from last year, Tim.
His head's too big from winning worlds.
So
What'd you end with, Tim? 110? 112?
No, last year? No, I was like 113, 114. I was fucking all over.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for you.
I know.
Yeah.
My top 3.
I beat you last year. I had 115. So
my top 3 women right now, in no order. This is no particular order. I would go Maddie, Amanda, and I haven't seen Jill bowl, so I can't. I would have a hard time putting either her or Shannon Scribner in there. I think you could argue any of those 4. And then I think you could probably even talk about, like an Erin Merrill. She's been bowling well. I think there's a couple others out there as well.
Josh, I like that question.
Oh,
I do.
If you could win a doubles tournament with anyone in their prime, who would it be? Also, who would bowl in the finals? Well, it depends on what kind of doubles tournament you're talking about, Josh.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Main state doubles is you don't bowl. You don't.
Man, he's just
bowl
talking. You're way overthinking it. He's just saying doubles. If you could bowl with anybody in their prime, who would it be?
But it said a doubles tournament with anyone, and then who would bowl in the final.
The
so
reason
he's
Tim says that is because you can't bowl with anyone in the main state open.
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Let me say opens again. Oh, never mind. I'll open that can of worms later.
No. I'm saying he's saying a doubles tournament is what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then who would bowl in the final? So he's saying it's a head-to-head match tournament. But not all doubles tournaments are like that. That's all
some of them are total pinfall.
Yeah, because there are doubles tournaments that are just total pinfall, and then there are doubles tournaments where
that are elimination.
They bowl elimination style. And that's all. I'm not trying to.
In the States, we don't always have playoffs. It's just total pinfall.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be reading this wrong. I'm pretty sure he just wants to say if you could win a doubles tournament with anyone, who would it be? And then who would you want to bowl in the finals?
You're right. You're not listening.
Right, but there's not always finals.
And now he just said doubles knockout.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. If I could win a doubles tournament with anyone in their prime, I've already done that. I've already won doubles tournaments. God damn it! I'm Tim F. and Matera. I've won everything.
But with anyone,
except a lot of things.
I think
I said except a lot of things. Honestly, I mean, I've bowled with Russ. I've bowled with Charlie. I've bowled with a lot of great people. I'd love to bowl a doubles tournament, prime and prime, with Surratt. I would. I think that would be. I think that would have fun. And to me, it's. I want to win, but I want to have fun while winning.
Cool.
So that's who I would say. And wait, am I supposed to say who I would bowl in the finals?
Right. Who would you want to bowl in the finals? You guys are.
I don't give a shit who I bowl in the finals. I just want to win. Fine. Holbrook and Ulster, both of them in their prime.
There you go. See, it's pretty fucking easy. Fun. Like, it's not that hard. You guys are like, oh, if it's the doubles knockout. No, he just wants to know.
You know what, Calvin? I don't.
Who you want to bowl in the finals?
Look, I'm drinking out of my movie koozie. Knock it off.
The voice is
Brian?
in my head.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes, because Calvin's being a dumbass. So.
Well, I'd say Tim, but we bowled a doubles tournament in one before, so I've done that. We did. Another good friend of mine. I'd actually like to win a doubles tournament with Mark Carrier. We finished second in the state doubles one year, like 7 pins behind Lapierre and Purdy. So I'd actually like to go and bowl almost 2,500 and actually win, which is what we did. So yeah, and I guess in the finals, honestly, I'd like to face Charlie and Russ just to see what it was like to bowl two of those guys in their prime.
Can I mention a couple other people I would love to bowl with?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Doubles.
Tim. Absolutely. You pick whoever you want. This is not.
Well, no, I mean, Surratt's obviously one of them, but like, I'd love an opportunity to bowl with Holbrook and like his prime and my prime together. That would be sweet.
Not just prime though. I'd like to bowl with Holbrook. Just to bowl with Holbrook.
Like, the funny thing is, as good of friends as I am with Evan, we've never bowled a doubles tournament together. I'd love to bowl a doubles tournament with Evan. That would have been fun for me. But we haven't. But, I mean, there's just a couple.
Maybe you should after you're back.
You guys might be able to bowl the, like, senior and adult. They have the adult youth, right? Maybe they have the geriatric and adult.
You fucker.
The senior and son.
You,
yeah.
You fucker.
Big brothers, big sisters?
Yeah.
I bowled the big brothers, big sisters.
Yeah, you threw a 200 in it.
I threw a 200. I threw one of my 200s in that tournament.
Isn't there like a bring your grandpa to bowling day or something for the youth league? Couldn't
Calvin?
No, but you know what, Calvin? Listen, Tim can go up. There's two guys at Bangor, the twins. The twins are famous in Bangor.
Yeah.
They come in and they bowl every single day. It's their physical therapy. I'm pretty sure Tim could get in with them and bowl like, I don't know. They bowl like 12 strings a day. I don't know if he can keep up.
Yeah, he definitely couldn't handle that. But I mean, if he's only just 1, 2, let the ball go, it's pretty.
Oh, maybe.
I mean,
yeah,
it should be pretty simple.
Okay,
Tim, how you doing?
Who's
What's
your?
up, Tim?
You got to answer the question.
Why? You guys
Because it was asked.
You guys don't listen to me anyways, so
I'm listening. Who would you?
I would love to. I have two. My first one would be Hal Peterson.
Oh, he was such a good bowler.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
he was so people. Here's the problem: the young, and I'm going to say younger generation, and Calvin, that does include you for the most
Oh
part.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was done before I came in.
Yeah, I am lucky enough that I got to bowl against him for a couple of years before he called it quits. Man, that guy, he was so damn good.
Oh yeah.
So damn good.
Yeah.
And Hunter, thank you. By the way, I didn't want to
Yeah.
get lost on this. Thank you, Hunter. The shows on mental health and the awareness of mental health, it's still near and dear to my heart. We will absolutely bring that up again and continue pushing that agenda. So thank you.
Yeah.
Now, Calvin, go ahead. So Hal Peterson.
My first one would be Hal. Hal Peterson would be my first one to bowl a tournament with. And then my next one would be Craig. I have a lot of fun bowling against Craig. So he would be who I would want to bowl against in the doubles finals. I have bowled against him in a lot of mixed doubles semifinals, lots of times.
Yep.
And he's beat me every single time. And I just can't get over that hump of Craig Holbrook. And no matter what, his shots are going. So, no, Mark, not you. And so Craig and Ulsta, that would be who I would want to bowl in a doubles tournament in their prime. So, yeah. And no, Mark, not you. I see you can carry Jeff Lapierre, but you can't carry me, so we're good. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Calvin's way heavier than Jeff.
Yeah, way heavier.
I mean, I've always, to me, my favorite tournament, and it will always be my favorite. I shouldn't say that. The Worlds is my favorite tournament, but tournament style, I love doubles and mixed doubles. And whether it's match style or, total pinfall, doesn't really matter to me. I've just always enjoyed that.
I actually like trios too. I like the 3-person teams.
We got a fun triples tournament coming up in the end of the month, and it was full. We have, I think, 7 or 8 teams on the wait list. It's crazy.
Triples tournaments are great because you get the 3-person teams, and they're good matches. They're a little bit longer than doubles, but they're not 5-person teams. Honestly, 5-person teams, when you get into a marathon thing, sometimes it can get to be a little much. Sometimes it can be a long day.
560.
Yeah.
Well, no, the 560, we know Saturday is going to be a long, long day. It always is. You got 4 matches, you got 12 strings. It's a grind. But the thing about the 560 is if you get a good draw, and what I mean by that is not necessarily the division you're in. And this goes for any tournament. But if you get a good draw with people you like around the lanes around you that you can get in a groove with, you're going to bowl good. Really, environment is a big thing. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I always have fun with the people I bowl with, or I wouldn't bowl with them. So
that's not what I mean, though. I mean, like when you draw and you get around good bowlers, like you get around top talent on the lanes to the right and the left of you, it kind of keeps you in a rhythm. You see pins falling around you. More so than 86 strings around you.
Yeah, no, bowling. So back in the day with the main Candlepin Pro Tour, you used to
you guys kept score with chisel and hammer and stone tablets.
Yeah. Sorry, something in my eye.
That's your finger.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thanks. Was it this one?
Yeah, it was.
Make sure. When we drew lanes, and there was usually one of two ways that this was done. Either the tournament director drew the lanes like the night before. So when you got there, the scorecards are all made out. You just came in, you grab your thing. You're on lane 6, bullet 2. You're on whatever it was. Or you drew lanes right there. when you came in, you just picked up your card or picked up a card
Yeah.
and saw what you had. Me personally, I used to absolutely love when I was on the shift, whatever shift I bowled. I used to love having bowlers on my right or left that I jived with, meaning
Mm-hmm.
they bowled around the same speed as me. I knew I wasn't going to have to worry about.
You were comfortable.
Yes, I knew I wasn't going to have to worry about cutting them off or them cutting me off, or there was no, nothing like that. So, I always loved when I bowled, if I had AJ or Russ on one side or the other, or a Chip or, back in that time, like Al Nelson, things like that, because number one, they were all great bowlers. So I knew that I was going to have to push myself. Really struggled when I had people around me that, maybe I wasn't as close to, maybe I wasn't as good of friends with them. Maybe they struggled and gave away pins and basically brought out the attitude that sometimes I would have, which I would mirror and struggle with. So, hi, honey.
Angie.
Calvin says hi. Oh,
Hi, Angie.
Brian says hi. Calvin would really like a booby koozie.
Yeah, boobies.
She would like to know if you would like a replica of her boob or actually a booby koozie.
Oh, her boob for sure.
He said your boobs for sure. Wait, why does he?
I get to choose.
And I don't?
I told you.
Yeah,
told
see?
you.
Huh? It's a Canadian thing. Too.
Bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's the Canadian thing.
He's the only king of the North.
The only.
No, he's the prince.
Only.
There's another king of the North.
No, there is not.
Sure it is.
No, there is not.
Yeah, I actually saw him this past weekend, and he's.
No, you didn't. You didn't, because I was not down in the States this past
I did.
weekend.
I saw the true king of the North.
No, that king of the North is long since gone past in the wind. He had his time in the early 2000s. That was about it. He's long gone. Can't even make it to Saturday anymore. So
I guess we'll find out.
It's tough. It's tough when you can't help your team get to Saturday. Yeah.
I guess we'll find out now, won't we?
Oh, we'll find out, sir.
Yeah.
In 1 month's time, we will find out.
So let's get back to that question, the atmosphere question, and things like that. Am I the only one that kind of feels that, or like you mirror who's bowling next?
No,
to you?
I absolutely do. I feel if you surround yourself with good bowlers, you bowl better. It's just how it is. You have to adapt, or you're going to get left behind. And I think those that can hang in the upper part of it or understand how to bowl tournaments, you naturally turn a gear and you don't even realize it. You focus a little more. You throw the ball a little bit harder, but you're more accurate for some reason. I think it's a groove. And I think it's hard, especially if you're in a new house. If you're bowling a tournament in a place you haven't bowled before and you're around people you don't know. That is basically being on an island. And I'll tell you what, when you're lost on the up there bowling, the loneliest place in the world is the approach you're on, because everyone's looking at you, and you don't have a clue where that thing's going.
True. Calvin, thoughts?
I don't. I mean, Calvin
just wakes up and pisses excellence.
I'm sure it works. It's not that I wake up and I piss excellence. It's just that when I'm up on the lanes, I don't really think of all those things, I guess. But it's probably true. I guess I could say that I've bowled better when I'm bowling at worlds or bowling in tournaments that are surrounded by people that I know and that I'm comfortable with. But I guess I've never really not been outside of that, so I don't know what the difference would be. I don't know if I'm going into a different house and nobody, like if I were to travel, say, Riverwalk. I've never been to Riverwalk, but I still have Mark Ricci who runs the place. So I don't know if I'd be in any different because I'd be in a different environment. I don't know. But it's probably
different in the States because, like, if we go to Mass, there's not always a guarantee you're going to be around people you know.
Right.
So you go down there and you may never have bowled in the house. You may not know anybody you're bowling around. So it may be different just because we have such a great span. I mean, you figure Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts covers the same amount of ground as New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. So,
Yeah.
and you guys probably have more alleys than we do total. Maybe.
Not anymore.
No.
I don't know. That'd be a good thought.
So we got a couple of things real quick I want to bring up before we move on here. Ray's Easter Classic coming up Sunday, April 9th. That is a 20-string tournament. $1,000 has been added to the prize fund, sponsored by Coca-Cola. $150
Sponsored by
entry fee.
Ace Bandage and Ben Gay.
Yep. $150 entry fee, one shift, 102 bowler limit. Last I knew, they were over 80 bowlers committed or have said they were going to already.
That's awesome.
Which is great.
I hope
There's
they
a
fill
lot.
it at
There's a
102.
There's a lot from Canada coming.
Yeah, I would love to
Good.
see them fill it. 3 bowlers per lane, starting time 11 a.m. And
it's a long day, folks. You're not out of there till midnight.
Yeah, last year I think it was around 1 when we were done.
You're not done till Monday morning. It is a grind. It is a marathon, but it is worth it.
Yeah.
So send entries and payment to Leda Lanes. You can email alexis@ledalanes.com or send it to 340 Amherst Street, Nashua, New Hampshire, 03063. Let them know. Cash day of is fine. They just have to know if you're coming prior because of food commitments and so forth. No, I am not bowling the Easter Classic this year. I know last year that I said I would like to, and I know I said it the year before. There is no way that my body will allow me to bowl 20 strings in one day.
You could bowl the first 8.
I am not going to spend $150 to bowl 8 to 10 strings and be like, okay, I'm done. Not happening.
You don't want to bowl 10 strings and have a buffet?
If there's 101, we'll let you into pace. So you got to come anyways to watch. So come hang out and watch. And if they have an odd number of bowlers, you just bowl without paying. I think that could be something we could.
I think that's a day that I'm getting my haircut.
I don't think that's true.
You bowl the front 10, I'll bowl the back 10 if they need a pacer.
There you go. And then you just say.
And our combined score, if we cash, we don't get any money, but we'll see.
It's okay, Brian. You weren't in the top 3. Don't worry about it. We didn't need you to get here.
Oh, dude, I'm not in the top 300.
No, the other Brian, the Fuller Brian.
Oh, I was gonna say, dude, I'm not in the top 300.
No.
Well, neither is Fuller.
Do we have the? Oh yeah, he's not. Do we have the results from that?
I do. I was actually just going to go over the Pro Series presents Woburn Bowlodrome.
Brian, I can't remember what we said last week, and I wish somebody would be able to remember. I don't, because I know I prices righted you.
No, I said the cut would be around between 1180 and 1190, somewhere in that range. And
we said 1200.
And I think you guys both said 1200. And Calvin, you might have been like,
I think I went 1209, I think, or something. And he went 1205, and I think I said 1209. I prices righted him, but I don't remember if I went higher than that or not. But
so it doesn't matter. You were higher than me.
I know, but I'm over.
Was 1211.
That's a first.
Yeah.
The cut was 1211.
It was.
So making the cut, we had the ageless. Well, actually, the best shirts go to Holbrook and Baker. Did you guys see a picture of their shirts that they wore?
No.
So Craig it said Hall of Famer on the back.
Yeah.
And then his name.
Yeah.
And Baker's was to be determined. And then his name.
Hilarious.
So I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, you make the playoffs in the world's 25 consecutive years, you're probably going to get in.
Yeah.
So they were the number one. They qualified number one with 1374. Great bowling. Winchell and Fuller Jr. Was second. Daly and Ayotte were third at 1299. Timmy Douglas, Keith Beaupre, who were my I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't write those down either.
Yeah. 1272. Nick Norcross and Sean Morrison, 1261. Norcross had a 196 that I know of.
Yes, I saw that.
Four-bagger.
Nice.
I'm guessing he juiced his house.
Oh no, he's juicing. Norcross.
Oh no. He's
absolutely HGH, man.
Yeah.
Definitely on steroids.
Deandro.
Yeah, definitely. Lugatana, Danny Harris were 6th, Brian Allard, Danny Allard, 7th, Ryan Drago, Sean Landry, 8th, Evan Riva, Chris Merrill, 9th, Joey Lista, Cody 50, 10th, Steve Walsh, Chris Medina, 11th, Justin Waters, Jonathan Boudreau, 12th, John Steiner, Ryan Southall, 13th, Corrado Pani and Stephen Botte, 14th, Scott LaPierre, Mark Smith, 15th, and Nate Lees, Chris Bovair were 16th at 12.
Ups to Starner. It's his first pro series in like 3.5 years.
And I really want to congratulate Jeff Surratt and Dave Barber on an amazing appearance down there. Coming in 30th.
Sweet.
Coming in 30th with a smooth 11:33.
Good job, guys.
Did they bowl on Saturday?
Good job, guys.
They bowled. They threw a lot of bowling balls.
Oh.
So, good game, good effort. Let's see. What do we got? What do we want? Do we want to actually go through the rounds or first round?
Yeah.
The cut was 251.
Yeah, we can just do that. Just say what the cut was.
Yep, cut was 251. Holbrook and Baker right on that. The cut on the second round was 251. Do I think if you finish first in the qualifiers, should you cash?
No, but you should get like a $25 bonus.
Sure.
$50 team, $25 per
buy.
Give no, they
don't buy to the second.
You don't even.
You don't have to bowl the first qualifier.
No, I think if you finish first, you should get something for it.
Yeah.
I think just to buy. I think if it's a buy,
there is no buy.
Oh, I thought
Well,
there was
in
a buy.
eliminations, why don't you get the first round off?
Because they took top 16, so then everybody bowls and they take the top 8. To
Take the top 17
knockout
and then
or elimination.
Take the top 17 and then 15 get to move on and one person gets a buy. There you go. There's 16 in the next round.
I don't know.
There, I fixed that problem for you, didn't I?
251 was around 2 cut.
Oh yeah, okay.
251 was around 3 cut.
Just the third one too.
Just kidding. 262.
Was around 4 cut?
Round 4 was the final. Josh Daly threw a 129. Nate Lees threw a 135. Jimbo threw a 137 and Bovair with a 112. So Daly and Ayotte 266 to 247.
It's a good finals at least.
Yep.
At least it wasn't like 225 to 213 or something.
Your individual, and actually I do want to say Norcross almost did one of those bowl of 196 and still not hit 400.
Sweet.
But it was his last 3. But anyway, your top 5 qualifiers, individual qualifiers, Timmy Douglas with a 702, Craig Holbrook at 842 years old was 694, Sean Baker was 680, Fuller Jr. was 678, and Winchell was 670.
Yeah, but Holbrook wasn't the oldest guy to bowl, right? Did Phil Clough bowl?
Oh, Phil Clough bowled, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the oldest guy to bowl. Because Phil's like 970.
So he's he's at 843.
Oh no, Phil Clough did bowl. Okay.
Yeah, Phil's like 900 years old.
So, which leads me to a discussion.
Juiced up pins.
2 discussions. 2.
Okay.
2 discussions. 1 is scoring conditions.
Make America great again.
1 is scoring conditions.
No.
And if you have a house that is 12, 20, 24 lanes on one side, 12, whatever it is, 2 sides, should you do both sides? If you're going to do the plates, clean the plates, do whatever you do to the plates, should you do both sides or are you going to only do one side?
Okay.
The plate should be done for every lane that is going to be bowled on in the tournament.
Yes. 100%. If you're going to do them, you should do them for every. If you're not going to do them, you don't do them for every.
Now, here's my thing. If you have 18 bowlers and you have 20 lanes, you should use 10 and 10 or 9 and 9 and just use 2 sets of alleys. That way everybody bowls on the same alleys. That's the thing I'm talking about. You don't want to have some people who bowl. Like I kind of get a little bit annoyed when you have a tournament and you bowl on lanes other people don't. Because it's like, okay, well, those could be harder. They could be different. It's not really the same tournament in a sense. It is because it's in the same house, but you're not all bowling on the same lanes.
Well, yeah, but you should be bowling on, the equal. I mean,
yes.
you're obviously going to have random strings where you're not going to bowl on, say, like 3 and 4. You're never going to touch those all day because just if you're only bowling 5 strings, the schedule just isn't possible. Like,
Right, but if
you can't
you
do anything like
have
that.
the right number of bowlers, you all could use the same lanes. That's what I'm saying.
Here's why I bring this up. I was not at Woburn, and I'm not calling anyone out by using them as an example. It's just a house I know that has 2 distinct sides, like leader lanes, things like that. Okay. I heard from multiple people that bowled on, I'm going to call it the left side. I don't know the lane numbers over there. Couldn't tell you. I'm going to call it 1 through 20 on this side and 21 through 40 on the right side, if that's the case.
Okay.
Okay. I know of multiple people that said they bowled on the left side and it was very dry. Not a lot of pin action. They were on the other side, a lot of pin action. Could be the bowlers. I just want it
Hard to
said
know
that I
unless
don't
you bowl.
know. Okay. I brought it up because it was brought up to me about scoring conditions. And they asked me how I felt in a tournament scoring conditions should be.
Right.
In my scoring condition, Tim, I am right. Thank you, Josh. I don't know what I'm right about, but with the lanes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying the lanes were done on the right
No,
side?
you're saying it was 1 to 20 and then 21 to
okay.
40.
Okay. So I'm saying that if you have 60 bowlers on the right and you don't have enough lanes, so you put 10 bowlers, 20 bowlers, whatever it is on the left,
Those lanes should still be done.
those lanes need to be done to the same specifications, meaning if I'm going to juice these lanes over here, and I say juice, but I just mean they're clean.
If you're going to condition the lanes on one side, you need to condition them on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah. It needs to be fully, yes.
Oh. Josh Daly, right side was done and the left wasn't. Then why the hell was anyone
on the left
Daly
side
bowled there?
I know, but is it like I'll say
I'm going to
Daly's
say
lying,
if he's saying it,
yeah.
then why the hell was anyone bowling on the left side?
Yeah, you should have all been
Even
bowling.
if you have a breakdown before the tournament starts, you should know, okay, we have a breakdown, we have to move bowlers. Let me go do those lanes.
By the way, I'm not calling anyone out at Woburn. I like bowling at Woburn.
I've never bowled there.
It's a cool house.
It's just a conversation. We're not talking about the house and whether we're just saying if you're going to do it for one side, it needs to be done for all sides.
If I'm paying money, if I'm paying an entry fee to bowl in a tournament, then every lane better be the same, meaning conditioned the same. If I bowl like crap, then it needs to be on me.
But there needs to be a thing too, Tim, because you and I both know there has been a time where we have bowled in a tournament and somebody was very happy with the cleanliness of their pins and nobody bowled over 1,200 that day, but the owner was very enthused about how nice and white his pins look.
But the scoring conditions, I will say this, as pissed off as I was, the scoring conditions were the same for every single person.
They were concrete for everybody.
It was concrete and nails and Gorilla Glued and everything else.
That was when I've only ever seen Tim once tell this to me. He looked at me, he goes, I'm scared to hit the head pin.
And that was all over the head pin that day.
I'm always scared to hit that pin.
That is my thought. If there's any proprietors listening or that do listen to this, maybe they had so many bowl that it wasn't possible to. That's what I'm saying, Nico.
Then do all the lanes.
Right.
Yeah, that's just what we're saying, Nico, is that if you're gonna have to use 2 sides, both sides need to be done equally.
Right.
If you only had to use one side, then whatever, you can do whatever the fuck you want with them. But if you're gonna use both sides, then both sides need to be done the same way as, whatever, equally.
It's like a multi-day tournament. If you're gonna do the plates the first day, do them the second day, do them the third day. If you're not gonna touch them the first day, then don't touch them the other 2 either. It needs to be the same the whole tournament.
I'd be yeah. I mean, yes and no.
Yes and no, and I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, but if it's a 3-day tournament or 4-day tournament, like even for the Worlds, I mean, yes, the pinfall could be different, but everybody's still bowling on the same pinfall. It's not like you only did, so let's just use fair lanes for an example. So let's just say they did 1 to 12 on one day and then 13 to 24 on another day. Well, you can't do that. But if you do
That's
1
not-
to 20,
That's
but if
really
you
not
don't,
what I'm.
I know, but if you don't do them on Monday, but you do them on Tuesday, it's still not a
That's-
big deal. Everybody's
it's
still
not.
bowling on the same lanes.
Here's where it gets messy. Let's take the Worlds, for example. We've all had those days where you have a day where you're bowling 3 teams that are just incredibly tough. Bowling
Right.
them on tough conditions is even worse. Then you have days where you bowl 3 teams that may not be as accurate as you, but if the lanes are juiced, they get a lot of sidewall action and they beat you. If those lanes aren't juiced, see, that's what I mean. It just needs to be consistent. It just needs to be consistent.
See, it is consistent because
Yeah.
if lanes are juiced one day and not the other, it's the same for everybody.
But you're
Everybody's
bowling
still
different
bowling on juiced,
teams.
but you're still bowling on juiced lanes no matter what.
Right.
So I mean, if I'm in the pocket on juice lanes, for the most part, good 70 to 80% of the time on juice lanes, if you're in the pocket, you're going to get a break. I mean, if you're full, you're full. That's going to happen on juice lanes. That's going to happen on not.
I understand that, but and I'm saying it's the same for everybody. But we all know the bowlers that bowl better when the lanes are juiced. I'm one of them, where you get better breaks off the quarter than you would if they're not juiced. And
I love a juiced house.
Well, no, I'm saying I would have an easier time, and I'm not saying I could. I'm just saying it would be easier for me to beat either one of you, who are much better bowlers than me, in a fast house if I didn't hit the head pin as much as you. If the lanes weren't done, it would be harder.
I see what you're saying, Brian. I do. I see your
Okay,
point.
that's my point. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I see your
we
point.
got your point.
I just look at it that, and I'm going to use, if we use the Worlds as an example, if they do the plates on Monday for the singles and they don't do them Tuesday, that's fine, because everybody has the same thing. If they don't do them Wednesday, that's fine. Everybody has the same thing. If
But
you're
what
going to
if
do
they
the
do
plates
them
on Thursday,
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Sure.
that to me that's fine, because it's the same for everybody.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I just want consistent for every lane, meaning I think people know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You don't want houses picking big matches to do plates on just those plates.
Right.
No.
Right. That's so I thank you, Josh and Fuller, for explaining what happened. I will go on record as just saying that I think Woburn was wrong in not doing plates on both sides. I wasn't there. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all.
The views and opinions of Tim, Calvin, and Brian.
Let's talk real quickly here, because we are coming up on an hour here. Flat gutters. Double
Bank
wood
those
gutters.
fuckers. Bank them.
I told Calvin before we started.
I was supposed to check, and maybe somebody can check while we're talking about it.
I want them flat and banked.
I think in a legal gutter, if you were to put two pins side by side, the pin would be out like a margin of a bit. I don't think, like, I think the measurements and everything, like the full circumference, a double wood, a pin is playable because the smallest bit will be on the plate.
That was my always thought of double wood in the gutter, Tim, and I'm sorry, is if you run on the side of the wood that is closest to the plate, it is good, because two wood cannot fit in a regulation gutter.
See, and I was always taught, and this goes back to being in different. This goes back to being in different eras.
Yeah.
If there was a double wood and your ball hit the wood, it was no good, because that wood was no good.
I agree if you hit the cap.
You're right. If you hit the cap, your ball is clearly in the gutter.
I was told anywhere. Now, maybe there's a technicality in there. I don't know. You know, the example that Susie set up, frankly, I wouldn't have taken it anyway, because the person missed the shot by so far that they didn't even, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. They did not play the right side.
No,
for sure.
But I was always told that when you have a double wood side by each in the gutter, and you can see it in a deep gutter, or what we typically had for gutters back in the day, both woods were going to be out. They would not be playable.
Right.
Unless one was angled, So it was, not all the way in the gutter.
But now you get flat gutters.
But now you get flat gutters, and it makes it very difficult to make that call. Now, for the most part, with flat gutters, you're not getting 2 pins to stay like that. For the
Right.
most part,
For the most
you're
part.
not.
No.
For the most part, and you can see it even from 60 feet away, that there's a bit of a gap. One of the pins has moved slightly, whatever
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
I would just caution people, and I'm going to put it this way. If a ball is close to being no good and the shot goes, this is me personally, never took the shot. I said it was no good. And I'll tell you the reason and why is because my integrity with the game was far more important to me than taking a suspect shot.
You know me, Tim.
Sure.
I will turn and look at you before I shoot it and say, "Is any part of that good?"
Yeah, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. But it still comes
I'm
down.
but that's me. I'm one of those guys. I'll turn around and say, "What is good down there?" So I know before I throw it.
Yeah,
what
I've done that.
Yeah.
But I have taken shot. There is a video of me.
I know you bowled with me that day.
Not taking a shot at Vacation Land.
Anybody wants to look it up? It's Anthony. It's Matero Karen. Vacation Land. I think it's 2009. The Vacation Land tournament.
I did not take the shot because it was too close to call.
It was good.
It was good when you slowed it down and watched it. But we're not watching things in slow motion.
Right. That was before live video feed. I think that was one of the first things Irby did.
So, we all know people that have taken shots out of the gutter, truly out of the gutter. And you turn around and you're like, what the fuck are they doing?
And let's face it, league is one thing.
No.
No, I mean, like, come on. We all know the people that are like, oh, it was really close. And you're like, no, that probably wasn't good, but fuck it, it's league. I'm not going to throw a grievance over a league.
No, but I have seen bowlers in the world take shots that were no good.
Now that's different.
I have seen bowlers in the state tournaments take shots that were no good. I have seen bowlers in pro tours take shots, and I'm not picking on any one or two people. These are different people that I've seen.
This is me being devil's advocate. Can we say anything without an official?
Yeah, it's bowler's call.
I understand that, but if they call it good, can you say anything against
back
it?
Back in the day with the pro tour, there was if there wasn't an official, there was a tournament director on site.
Okay, so you called a grievance.
Yep. You could. I never did because I was always of the mindset it's bowler's call. If your integrity is worth nothing to you, then I'm still going to beat you anyway. So go ahead and take the shot. It just pisses me off, and it just makes me try a little harder.
It's the same as lobbing and going over the line. It's the same thing.
So I don't have a problem with really someone going over if the lines aren't on, and you're going over by, a toe. I don't care. I know what you're talking about.
Wednesday night league when there's half a foot or a heel. When your heel's not behind.
But they're not going to change. So to me, I don't care.
Okay, what about the guys that navigate a quarter of the lane? You know what I mean? It's
easy
to hit the head pin when you only have to navigate a quarter of the lane.
Yeah. But if there's nothing you can do about it, then don't let it bother you.
But it's straight messing with your wallet at that point. You get paid for how you finish in league. If someone cheats, and I'm just saying, this is something I dealt with when I was younger, and now it doesn't bother me as much. I've cooled down a little bit, but why is it if my 4-year-old can stay behind the line and not lob, why can't a 40-year-old man? And you know that. You've seen Colin.
Technically, your 4-year-old throws an illegal ball.
Technically, he doesn't because it doesn't go over the lob line.
Doesn't matter. It has to be rolled, not... It's actually in the rule book. You have to roll it.
It's rolled. Saying. It has to be rolled before the lob line.
I'm just saying.
Right? It's before the lob line.
No, because I always thought you could throw an overhand ball as long as it landed before the lob line, but you can't.
Tell that to the dude from Sussex that threw one that hit the banners in Moncton.
That's
overhand.
I don't necessarily. I guess my problem with lobbing and things like that is more in the worlds. It's more in tournament play, things like that. That
The problem is no one gives a crap anymore. No one's going to call a lob ever. No one will call a lob unless there's an official. Let's face it. No one is going to call a grievance about a lob. And if they do, they're going to get shit for it. If you call a grievance in the Worlds for a foot foul or a lob, you are going to get the most shit in the whole tournament.
I have seen enough people go to captains and be like, hey, and Calvin, I'm going to use you as an example. I'm not saying you did it, but me going to a captain and saying, hey, Calvin's, consistently going over the line by a couple inches. Can you just have their captain tell them to stay behind the line? And that's usually all that matters. Or, hey, Calvin's lobbing it out, or Brian's lobbing it out. It's going over. Can you just tell them to knock it off? And typically that's all it takes. I've seen most people be like, yeah, now you do get the occasional jackass that the next time they're up, they'll throw it halfway down the lane, turn and look at you and go, what are you going to do about it? They're just assholes. It's who they are. That's all. So
I wish it was that easy, though. I've seen guys, let's face it, we've seen guys throw 200s at lob.
Yeah.
It's real easy to control your ball when you have to navigate half or a quarter of the lane. That is all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Brian. I just think that there are battles to be.
And I'm saying I wouldn't call it a league, but if it messes with my pocketbook or my wallet, I'll call it. And you're going to get shit for it.
I can't help you. There's nothing I can say that's going to change your mind. I mean,
no, there's not.
Because you've
known me long enough, there is no way you're going to change my mind ever.
And you've asked my opinion on it, and I give it to you, and you think I'm batshit crazy for not caring about it.
Well, let's face it. There's a difference between you and me. You don't have to care about it because typically the people that you bowl or you used to when you were in your prime and not hurt, your name alone was good for 3 or 4 pins. I am podunk, piddly bunk fucking Brian who sucks. If someone's going to lob to beat me, I'm going to be pissed because I'm working my ass off to beat them.
I can't wait till I.
I'm not fucking wrong, dude.
I think I'm gonna lob every ball. I'm gonna bowl you.
Cool. Go ahead.
And Paul, you are correct. Bowlers should self-police. It's just very difficult to self-police.
If you want to bowl me the Can-Am and lob every ball, we'll have a great discussion with Mary and Emma that will take 2.5 hours.
I'm excited.
I am too. It'll be fun. We'll stop the whole damn tournament for an hour.
I'm excited.
We just got not the same division.
Yeah. No,
we'll be on the grievance. No, we'll be on the grievance committee in opposite divisions.
Jesus. All right, I'm tired.
All right. I'm tired. To those that stuck around, hey, that's cool. Thank you, guys.
Ian, this is the longest I've heard Calvin not talk ever. It's nice.
Well, I mean, I know Calvin went like 6 hours without talking once at my house, but he was sleeping. So,
was he sleeping or passed out?
No, he was sleeping.
Was that only 6 hours?
No, might even have been a little more.
We'll find out at the 560 in April.
Yeah. Did we miss any questions real quickly here?
No.
No.
Ian says he's seen bowlers take grievance in league before more than once. I don't know if I've ever bowled in a league that's had a grievance, Tim.
Oh yeah,
I have.
I've had plenty of grievances.
I got told when I was honestly, this is a real discussion. Last thing I'll say, when I was 17 and I bowled in the Wednesday Night Men's League at the house I bowl at, I once said, "Hey, can we try and stay behind the line?" And they said, "If you're such a pro bowler that you're caring about that, you don't need to bowl in this league." That is what I got told.
Paul, yes, there's Candlepins for cancer roll-offs. I'm sorry, I don't have the information. My computer is actually freezing up at the moment, so I don't have access to it. Well, one of them, I should say, the one I'm using to actually get the information. So there are Candlepins for cancer roll-offs. Check Candlepin chat for details. I believe that's in Sanford. And I want to say they're coming up. If not this week, then next week or something like that. Maybe. And live show, Paul, I think you're crazy for doing it, but if you want to go up to Oxford Hills for a weekend and watch the Pearson Classic, have fun. I mean, Paul, I appreciate what you do. I just think you're crazy for as much as you do. That's all. I
Tim barely makes it to Augusta every week.
I do. But no, thank you, Paul. It is appreciated with, what Candlepin Bowling Network is doing. It's kind of fun for me. I can sit back and watch. And Hunter, thank you. Appreciate it. Love to see you back here in a couple of weeks. And I think, let's see, where else? Oh, we could do the standard. You can, I spent so long since I've live show March 12th. I don't know. There's a live show March 12th.
Is it
Channel
with Paul? I don't want to watch.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Candlepin Nice at Ripping the Rack Podcast. If you want booby koozies, I think Angie got these at Spencer Gifts. Calvin, apparently you've got some booby koozies coming.
Yeah.
Brian, where else?
I can't wait till she knits those.
Well, Tim, they can hear us on Anchor, Breaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever else you consume your podcast mediums.
Thank you.
Eh?
We outie.
Peace out. King of the North.